Sawadika! Thailand is opening up for quarantine-free travel. But what's the land of smiles like when everybody's wearing a mask? Our family went to Chiang Mai recently. We found the people as warm and welcoming as ever. There's so many things to do, especially for kids, and everything was spotlessly clean. In terms of COVID restrictions, life has pretty much returned to normal, except that everybody's really obedient about wearing their masks in public. What are some of my top recommendations for things to do? Number 1, Patara Elephant Farm is a must-do. The focus is educational, so there are no shows, but you get to interact really closely with the elephants, feeding them, bathing them, which is a lot of fun. It was definitely Emmanuel's number 1 activity in Chiang Mai. I really appreciated that there is a dedicated photographer, so you don't have to worry about capturing the experience, you can just be in the moment. Do get into your bathing suit ahead of time because there's nowhere to change once you get to the elephant bathing spot. It's really exposed. Do be warned though, the elephants like to relieve themselves when they are bathing, so there will be poo floating around, but there's a lot that you can learn from poo. They'll break open a poo and show you how the fibers inside indicate the health of the elephant, and they'll even let you smell it if you dare. After the elephant bath, they provide sliced fruit and yummy sticky rice snacks. You can request to climb further up the waterfall to have a wash in poo-free but very cold water, or you can hike back to where the tour started and use the clean toilet and shower facilities there. I highly recommend you bring a carrier so that you can walk with them back through the jungle roads. There's also a very pleasant cafe to while away some time.
Do you know where you are, Emmanuel? We are in Opkan National Park, and we're going to do a little bit of hiking and maybe a little bit of swimming in the river. Do you want to go swimming in the river? Yeah?
Next recommendation is Opkan National Park. Very beautiful gorge, and there's a campsite too. Cafe culture is big in Chiang Mai, and there's one next to the visitor centre. You can go swimming right there next to the car park, but we decided to hike a bit.
Here comes the myth of the mountain goat.
But we're already in the park, and there's a beautiful river. Like that. You like being in the forest?
The water can be quite cold and there is a current, so you should be careful. But the kids really enjoyed just throwing sand and stones in the water. Wish we could have spent longer there.
What are you going to do with the sand? Where? You're very busy, huh?
Third recommendation, Chiang Mai Night Safari. Despite some disturbing sculptures of elephant virility, it's a great place to see animals. Were inspired by the night safari in Singapore, but they do some things differently. First, this night safari is actually a day zoo, opening from 11 AM and closing at 10 PM. If you arrive after 6 PM like we did, the walking trails are closed and you can only do the tram rides. Second, the animals are in almost total darkness till the tram comes around, then floodlights are switched on and guides will even shine spotlights on them. This is different from the Singapore night safari where the animals are in constant low light conditions. I'm not sure which is more stressful for the animals, but the animals here definitely have much more space than in our zoo. There are also many more kinds of animals. Another thing that is different is the enthusiastic and informative live commentary instead of a pre-recorded one.
There's a lion, right, Zach? The king of the jungle. Lowering his thumb. ตามธรรมชาติเนี่ยเสียงคำรามแบบเนี้ยดังได้ถึง8 กิโลเลยต้องเข้าใจว่าในป่ามันเงียบเลยครับ
The guides point out the animals which happen to be closer to the tram, and they will feed some animals to get them to come even closer, so you get to see the animals very clearly. If you have ethical objections to zoos, you probably won't be comfortable here, although to me, the animals did seem healthy, and my children really enjoyed themselves. If you're planning to come, despite what the website says, pre-booking of tickets is not required. Last but not least, Ginger Farm. Didn't see any ginger, but there were lots of animals to feed and pet, and lots of fun activities. We've just spent the morning at Ginger Farm and I really recommend it. It's beautiful and idyllic setting. There are birds, but they're the least exciting. There are goats that may be a bit too intense for small kids. who will probably like feeding the rabbits and guinea pigs best.
Come closer to us, rabbits. Rabbit, yeah, Edith said rabbit. That's a guinea pig.
Rabbit's here.
You used to be able to bathe the water buffaloes, but now you can only pet them. Everybody always mentions that Edith has a lot of hair, and we tell people that the secret is buffalo milk, because we found it at Mustafa and I drank a lot of it when I was pregnant. It was just a joke, but when we saw the buffalo up close, I thought, wow, maybe there is some truth to it. There are horses and water buffaloes over there, but we're not going to go any further because the bridge is a bit Indiana Jones. Yeah, I think there are other things to beware of. Don't know whether this can take his weight. They had a mudslide, which our kids were a little too short for. There's an area for sand play, a place for crafts, swings, a playground, a barn of hay. You really could spend the whole day here, which we did. When the kids are asleep, then the parents can chill. We let the kids nap on us and chilled out at the restaurant with fresh juice and coffee. I saw the rabbits getting up to some adult activities. Well, they're going at it like rabbits. Then when the kids woke up, we played some more. I want to give a shout out to Chiang Mai Family Guide, as they have such informative and genuine reviews. No affiliation, it was just the best resource I found to plan our trip. They recommended Ginger Farm. The food here is also great, but I will talk more about that in another video about where to eat in Chiang Mai. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please do subscribe because there'll be more on travel coming up. See you next time. Bye!